Hello, 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 beloved souls. How are you? So this is a special Lionsgate reading because it's a huge, intense portal that we go through every year. We've had the energies really ramping up and preparing us for this since February, really, with the two portals that opened up. And the Lions Gateway, the Sirius portal opened on I want to say July 28th, maybe before then. Anyway, so this beautiful energy is opened up. We have Sirius star, right, just like our spiritual sun, lined up with the Earth. The sun is in Leo, and it's also lined up with Orion. I think it's Orion, the Earth, and the Sirius star are all lined up while the sun is in Leo, which leads us to this beautiful Lionsgate, right, which opens on the 8th of August every year. 8 is the number of transmutation and infinity and alchemy and manifestation and wealth and abundance and prosperity. It's the eighth house is ruled by Scorpio, right? So we have huge sexual energy behind it. This really potent energy of manifestations and transformations. Things are quickly coming to an end to really clear out our container and clear out our lives to bring in all the new things that we're trying to manifest. This is an energy that is so potent for manifestations and really propelling your life to the next level, that it would be kind of foolish not to utilize it, right? Like not to let these energies really, really bless you. With all of that that's going on, and those energies have been intense, we've also had Jupiter go retrograde in the sign of Aries. Mercury just moved back into its home sign of Venus, or yeah, Mercury moved back into Venus. Um, and then we had the Uranus Mars North Node conjunct, which fell on Lammas, which was on the 1st. So that was really intense as well. And that's something that hasn't happened for 2,400 years. Saying all of that to say this energy right now is super intense and super potent and super beneficial for the collective. It is helping us to heal in ways that we haven't healed before. It is helping us to see through the illusion of the 3D um, veil and to see ourselves from a more sovereign divine space. It is allowing us to look at things from a higher perspective. It is allowing us to get rid of the things that are no longer serving us in our life. It is allowing us to live our life happily ever after and to really embody all of those things, right? So all these huge transformations coming in, all this healing coming in, all this alchemy coming in, as well as manifestations, right? We say it, and time and time again, you're told, what do you want your life to look like in the next 6 to 18 months? When I'm telling you, use this energy to not just amplify the next 6 to 18 months of your life, but amplify the next 6 to 18 years of your life. Like, get this energy lined up with you and have it benefit you. Again, we're in the 6th year, right? And 6 is ruled by Venus, which is covers money and love and our home, right? Like the finer things that we have in our life. So what do you want your financial situation to look like? What do you want your love situation to look like? Like, how are you feeling in your home environment? Are you at home with yourself? Are you feeling stable and secure? How can you beautify things, right? Love, beauty, finance all come into play with the number 6. And then we have this beautiful 8 energy, which is about infinity and abundance and manifestations. Like, amplifying that, amplifying your love, amplifying your finances, amplifying the beauty in your life, right? So how are you connecting with these energies, and how are you allowing them to move forth in your life? And are you going to be in flow with the energies of this universe and know that whatever is not here or is being removed from you is because something of equal value or better is coming into its place, right? Just gave an example recently. It's about imagine having living room furniture, right? You have a couch, you got a love seat, you got a coffee table, boom, boom, boom. And then you go and you realize, you know what, I want a new living room set. So you go out to the stores and you pick something out and you schedule the delivery. Guess what? Before the new furniture comes in, we have to get rid of the old furniture. So are you just throwing it away? Are the people that are bringing the new furniture going to help move the old furniture out first to replace it? Or are you moving it to another room? Whatever the case may be, that old stuff has to go to make space for the new stuff. So knowing that, right, using that as your perspective and being like, all right, that relationship ended, but it needed to end, right? There's a reason why it needed to end. Maybe it was unhealthy for you. Maybe you're just not in alignment anymore, right? Maybe where you're at on your level of your soul contract. This person is just not there, right? And they served their purpose with whatever vibrational alignment that you're in, right? And that's not like a good thing or a bad thing. We meet people for a time and a reason and a season sometimes, right? Sometimes those seasons could be a quick interaction in the store. Sometimes those seasons could go on for years. It depends on where you're at on your journey, right? We're all on different levels. There's no judgment. It's just about knowing and understanding that if anything is removed from me right now, it's because it's making way for something better. Making way for something better, right? So, how are you going to amplify the manifestations of wealth in your life? How are you choosing to amplify the love in your life? How are you choosing to amplify the beauty in your life, right? Like, what can you do to really have these things work for you? What can you do to allow yourself to just be blessed and to be open and receptive to those blessings? What can you do to just more be in alignment with the flow of the universe instead of paddling upstream all the time? Okay. So we have a lot of cards that we're going to go into today. So bear with me on these messages. But it's a huge portal, and I didn't want to leave anything to chance. Whatever they're going to let us see and know and be aware of at this time, then I'm calling that in. The highest and greatest messages to put us all in our highest and greatest timeline. So we're serving the good of all, and we're also receiving blessings, right? I'm praying not only for you, but I'm praying for myself. We're so quick to pray for others, we forget that we can also pray for ourselves. So I pray that God blesses you. I pray that God blesses me. I pray that these messages serve your highest and greatest good, and I pray that you really walk in and through this portal knowing that the other side is going to be so much better, that there's just deliciousness and wonder and joy and abundance and well-being and peace and harmony available to you, and all you have to do is be open to receive it because you're deserving of it, because it is your birthright. Right? Where shall we start? Angels of Atlantis. We're going to start there. So thank you, angels and guides. Some things in my shit, some things in my shit. Sorry about that. Thank you, angels and guides, for being here with me in the collective today. We're going to go through the 8-8 portal. What does everyone need to know? It's going to serve their highest and greatest good at this time. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Wow. This is not only a message for you, but this is such a message for me right now. Really, really personal. Archangel Gabriel with the energy of grace. One, Archangel Gabriel is someone that I'm with all day, every day. He might as well be one of my guardian angels because that's how much he and I work together. But last night I was listening to Kyle Gray, and he was singing a song, and he sang, "I am the grace of God," and he just kept singing that. I am the grace of God. I am the grace of God. I am the grace of God. Just let that flow over you. This is what's coming in for all of us. And what is grace? Grace is unmerited, unearned favor from the Most High, right? That is something that is given to you, that the Most High has gifted to you, that no man can take credit for, right? You're not going to get somebody being like, oh, well, I did this for you and I did that for you. That's not what grace is. Grace is your pure blessings and miracles that comes from the Most High God. So that is what's coming in for all of us. Beautiful miracles and blessings that no man is going to be able to touch. And it's purely just for you. What is for you cannot be taken from you. If it is yours, it's not going to be given to anyone else. Really hold on to that. If it is yours, it cannot be taken from you. What's meant for you is meant for you is meant for you. And right now, Archangel Gabriel is coming in to support you and let you know grace is here for you. Grace is in your life. Are you open to grace? Are you open to grace? It was beautiful divine feminine energy, and she saw an image of Mother Mary, like I think she saw an image of Mother Mary with all these streams, rays, like coming out of her hands, but some of them were longer than the others. And I think it was Catherine LeBeau. Don't quote me on that though. But I remember her asking Mother Mary, like, why are some rays shorter than the others? And she said those are the graces that people forget to ask for. So, like I said with the prayer, it's okay to pray for yourself. It's okay to ask for God's grace in your life. We are a one consciousness, and we're connected to everybody. And yes, we care for our brothers and our sisters the way we care for ourselves. But don't forget to ask for these graces for yourself. Ask for grace to cover your finances. Ask for grace to cover your children. Ask for grace to cover your health. Ask for grace to cover your home. Ask for grace to cover your friends and your family and your business ventures. Call it in, right? Like this is available to you. This is here for you. It is a gift from the Most High God. God loves blessing his children. Like I tell people all the time, God isn't a blessing business. Like get with him. Get with him. Why wouldn't you want to receive blessings? It's like having a father that's a multi-billionaire and being like hungry and homeless on the street just because you were prideful, like the prodigal son, and didn't want to ask. No, it's time for you to walk your ass home, remember who and whose you are, and to step into the life of abundance and prosperity that is your divine birthright. Okay? Powerful. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What else do we need to know about this beautiful Lionsgate portal for the collective? It's going to serve everyone's highest and greatest good at this time. Funny, two cards fell out, but they didn't feel right, and I got another two. I don't even know if it was the same one. Archangel Jophiel with forgiveness. Archangel Jophiel is the angel that represents beauty, right? The archangel that represents beauty. So again, we're in the sixth year, right, which is ruled by Venus, and love, beauty, and finances are being amplified. So we can call on Archangel Jophiel to remember, to remind us of all the beautiful things that we have in our life, right? And this energy of forgiveness is for you, right? You're not forgiving a person or a situation for some painful thing that occurred and giving them a pass. No, this forgiveness is understanding that on spiritual truth, at a spiritual level, there is nothing to forgive, right? Everything that occurs is here to help grow us and expand us and evolve us, right? So releasing whatever anger, whatever bitterness, whatever resentment you might be holding within your system right now, and letting it go, and knowing that it is safe to let that go, right? It's safe for you to to let it go and to be like, you know what, that wasn't cool, but it was a big life lesson, and now I've learned boundaries. Now I've learned to stand up for myself. Now I'm going to have my voice. Now I know what the red flags are, right? And letting that go, releasing the poison from yourself. All anger is a poison that we hold inside of our bodies because it's not going to the other person. It's just us holding on to that. So why are you poisoning yourself and your magnificent sovereign divine being when it's not going up? It's not serving you, right? It's not serving you. So learning to let this go and learning to forgive. And again, forgiveness is not a pass. It doesn't mean that that person or that situation should ever occur again, or that they even get to be in your life. That's not what that means. It means that you're letting it go so that you can move forward, right? You've decided to put the bags down so you can be lighter on your journey, so you can keep moving. That's what this forgiveness is. This beautiful golden energy, right? The energy of our solar plexus, our gut energy, right? So we're here, we are in the Lion's Gate where we have the Sirius sun, right? Which is like our spiritual sun, really amplifying and magnifying these beautiful energies that are coming in and getting our own inner sun even stronger, right? This is our divine masculine energy. This is why our gut instincts, right? This is our fight or flight mode. So we're getting into the space where we realize we don't have to live from fear anymore, right? We don't have to always be on point thinking that there's going to be a tiger that jumps out of the freaking bushes to attack us. No. We can stand in our power. We can remember that we're sovereign. We can remember that we're divine beings, right? We know that we're children of the Most High God. We know our inner sun is here. We know that there is no such thing as darkness because we are the light, right? And it's all coming here from your solar plexus. So a lot of clearing is going to be happening in that area as well. And I'm sorry, Archangel Gabriel with the blue, right? That's our throat chakra. Speaking your truth, right? Honoring your words, honoring your voice, standing in your yeses, standing in your no's, and being okay with that is also coming in for you. And then we have beautiful Archangel Raphael with cleansing. I love it. I love it. I love it. So again, all the stuff that's being removed from us is because it's no longer serving us, right? I know many of us have been guided to like detox or change our diets, really hydrate even more, but eating lighter foods. I know just the more that I work with the divine and the angelic realm, like the less physical foods I really need. I get a lot of spiritual nourishment, right? But I don't really need to like eat all day and all night. There are times when you do need to do that and you need to honor your body. Like there are times where like these portals get really intense and my body's like, listen, girl, you're for all the light codes that are coming in, you're gonna need a little bit more fuel. You know what I mean? And so like I'll notice when I'm like going from not really eating and just, my normal diet to like all of a sudden I'm like eating everything in sight. And I'm like, oh snap, what's about to happen, right? We're about to get hit. I need a little bit more protection. I need a little bit more protein to make sure that I have enough fuel to keep going through all of these changes, right? So beautiful cleansing coming in, healing, releasing, getting out of our system the things that are no longer serving us and being okay with that. And I love this, right? It looks like the water, right? Did I say we're going to stay in the flow of the universe? Green, that's our heart chakra, right? So we just had solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, all come in. So all this area is being cleaned. And our throat chakra's effect is directly connected to our solar plexus anyway, right? Because the heart chakra is like the middle of the seven. So then we have throat and heart. You got third eye and sacral chakra, and then you got crown and root chakra, right? So you want to keep these things in balance. So I love the fact that these three just came up to show us this balancing coming in, clearings coming in, healings coming in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bottom of the deck, Archangel Haniel. Wow, look at the scales, right? So balance is coming in, justice, harmony, leveling things out, right? Beautiful red with that the root chakra energy, right? And what is integrity? Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is looking, right? So this is you standing up in your truth, standing up in your power, standing up for yourself and for your beliefs and where you're going on this path and for your own spiritual growth and involvement and healing, right? Like this isn't a competition, this isn't a game, this isn't like, oh well I'm more spiritual than you, or I'm healing, or I do more cleansings than you. Like, no, this is about where you're at and holding true to the integrity within yourself, honoring yourself and your soul's path, honoring your higher self and the divine guidance that you're receiving, right? And standing in that and allowing your life to come into balance once again. Being stable, being secure, feeling safe within your body, within your environment, right? All that energy of the root chakra. So we had the root come in. Look, we even have the sacral chakra coming in with this beautiful, like, oranges color. We got root with the red, sacral with the orange, gold with the solar plexus, green with the heart chakra, and blue with the throat chakra. You got to do it, right? And root is our first chakra, right? That's the base. So you want to make sure that your base is secure. The deeper your roots go, the higher you can expand, right? The higher you can go. You ever see a really old tree, right? And they're tall and they're vibrant and I'm looking at these beautiful trees right now. They're giving me so much life, right? But they're tall and they're expansive and their branches are spread out wide and they have all these beautiful leaves. But if you go underground, their roots are deep, 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 deep within the ground, right? And I saw a FedEx truck right before I started this reading that said ground on it. So it's imperative that we keep staying grounded in all of this stuff. The deeper the roots go, the higher you can expand, the higher you can elevate, the higher you can ascend and just receive all that is yours. The beautiful divine guidance and wisdom and truths and knowledge that's available to you, right? So you can really start downloading all of these delicious, just upgrades, all these light codes that are coming in, and integrate them into your life right now so that you can be on your highest and greatest path, so you can get to your highest and greatest timeline. It is a really intense time. Hello, friends. Beautiful tree friends. Hear all the birds? I love them. All right, where are we going to go next, my beautiful angels and guides? Sacred Destiny. Okay, here we go. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What do we need to know about this 8-8 portal? Wow. There's that. There's that. Wow, bottom of the deck, healing chaos, right? Understand that the things that are happening right now are happening for you, not to you. Do you really want to be in a chaotic energy? No, I just talked about being grounded, right? Being grounded, centered, secure. So knowing that when you are grounded, that puts you in the eye of the storm. Yes, the storms may come. And yes, it's a whirlwind. And yes, it may leave you in a different place. But guess what? If you're in the flow with the universe, you know that wherever you land is wherever you're meant to be. You understand that if you're in the eye of the storm, you're not getting caught up in all that's going on around you, right? The eye of the storm is the calm part. So that's where you're staying. That's where you're grounded at. That's where you're secure at. And all of these changes, look, change of transformation, right? You see all the beautiful butterflies there? This is healing, it's transformation. That's that 8 energy, right? And I know because 8 is like ruled by Eighth house is ruled by Scorpio, right? It can seem really intense and really like a lot, but it's a beautiful shift. It is like the calm after the storm is what we're moving towards, right? So although the storms of life are occurring and this energy has been intense, I've been getting rocked. I've been getting energetically rocked. Just too much going on. Needing to really sit, really ground, really like get into nature or get near the water and just like have some quiet time and be one with my thoughts. But I know that wherever I land, it's a good look, because I know what my intentions are and I'm putting good energy out there. I know that I'm clearing out my storage closet so that I can make space for the new things that are coming into my life, energetically, physically, emotionally, whatever, mentally. Beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love this. Diligence, right? Doing our due diligence. Grinding even when we're tired, right? That's that integrity card coming in again, right? It's like doing the right thing even when no one is looking. That is you guys right now, right? Doing your due diligence. And I love this bird that's flying above the clouds because it's showing us to have a look at things from a higher perspective, right? When you are, that's so funny. I was just talking to my daughter about this earlier. When you are high vibrational, right? You have not only a higher perspective of things, but can you have access to everything below you. If you're in a low vibrational state, you don't have access to all of these things above you unless you change your state to a higher vibrational state. So when you're doing your due diligence and you're flying high, right, and you're really looking at things from a high perspective, it gives you a better understanding of the big picture and also helps you hone in your energies. It's exactly what you want to focus on, right? Like they're giving me the image of an eagle, right? An eagle sees everything, but once it knows what it wants, it hones in on that thing and it goes in hot, hard and heavy, right? And those talons are no joke. So it allows you to not only see what you want, but to get clear focus, and it gives you the momentum behind you to get it done even faster, right? When you're coming downhill, your momentum is a lot faster than when you're going up, right? Because you're not going against the wind, you're flying with it. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And then we got love coming in again with the sixth year, love, beauty, and finances, right? So love is coming in. Your heart chakra is being healed, which we already talked about, right? And this is not just like intimate love or romantic love. This is the love of yourself. This is divine love. This is universal love. This is you understanding that you are a being of the Most High God and that you are a flesh and blood embodiment. You are a flesh and blood embodiment of divine love. This is who you are at a soul level. You are love. God is pure love. So we're moving to a space where we're being guided to no longer make your decisions out of fear, right? Don't allow fear to be the guiding energy for you. Allow things to be shifted and healed through the energy of love. Right? You're using discernment. You're making your decisions. You're moving forward all through your heart space. That is what we're discerning, right? Right? So just discernment and everything and filter things through your heart right now, right? How does it make your soul feel? And I'm not talking about what your parents got to say, what your partner has to say, what your kids have to say, what your friends have to say. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about from a soul level. Do you feel like you're walking your truth? Does it feel like something you can't let go of? Does it feel like you're honoring yourself? Does it feel like love, right? Passion. And again, it's not just romantic, although for some of you, romance will be coming in, and that's dope too. You know what I mean? Let me know if you need a minister. I can do weddings. But this is really about just knowing that you're a being of love. This is about self love, nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, and allowing that energy to be amplified out into the universe. And then we got the freaking double rainbow of miracles coming in. Miracles, 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 miracles. Yeshua said in his Course in Miracles that miracles aren't like a rare thing. It's just that we have kind of like shut ourselves off to it and we don't expect it anymore. And so, like the graces, we don't ask for it, so we don't receive it. Miracles are a part of every day, and if you open your eyes to them, then you'll begin to see them more and more. Right? You woke up today. heart was still working. You didn't have to be like, oh, let me go cut my heart on and make sure my lungs are working, right? The planet didn't like fall off the axis and go spinning into the freaking sun. Like, these are miracles that are here every single day, plus the extras that you get, right? Like, maybe someone answered a prayer, or maybe you saw something that was the answer to a prayer, or maybe you heard something that was life changing. You never know. It could be a small thing, it can be a big thing. It doesn't matter what it is. The point is, miracles are available to all of us. And if you're open to receive them, if you're opening up your heart, you're really, yeah, there's a big heart energy being cleared here. Because as I'm talking to you, my heart's like, opening your heart. And obviously, that's not an easy thing for all of you to receive or hear right now. Opening your heart is something that's safe to do. You are loved by the divine. You are perfect in the eyes of God. And knowing that you are eternally loved should just allow you to feel a little bit calmer, a little bit more relaxed. This is an eternal game, right? And you're here in this meat suit for a little while, to do this dance for a little while. So, do you want to be here and be miserable and suffering, or do you want to be here and be joyful and grateful and prospering and manifesting and just living your best life, right? Like, there's so much of that coming in for you. Be open to it. Receive. Start looking around and looking at the signs of synchronicity. I just moved to a new state, right? After coming out of a really toxic relationship and going through a lot of like healing chaos of my own. And the day that I arrived, there was a double rainbow outside, as well as a whole bunch of ravens that came to like say hello to me. And to me, like, I literally started crying because I was just like, "Oh my God, thank you God for all these blessings. Thank you for just like not only like getting me to this place and making it happen, but showing me that I'm in the right space at the right time." It was such a beautiful confirmation that like I was on track and I was doing the right thing and that I'm completely and divinely supported. Start being aware of that. Start being aware of these messages. I wasn't the only one in the state to see the freaking double rainbow. But did everyone receive this message the same that I did? Right? Since I've been here, my niece is like, wow, I'm starting to see more and more of the ravens. I'm like, are you seeing more of them? Or are you just paying attention now more because I'm always tapped in? You know, when I'm doing my messages, a lot of times I'm sitting outside now and there's a beautiful hawk that will fly above me or fly near me, like my little hawk friends, or like a beautiful red cardinal will show up to just let me know, yeah, we're talking about manifestations, we're talking about abundance, you're on point, girl. Pay attention. The universe is always speaking to you. Oh, look, adventures are coming. So for some of you, you're going to be getting some good traveling on. That's going to be opening your heart, opening your eyes, allowing you to see things a little differently. More water energy coming in. That cleansing that we had over here with Archangel Raphael. So if you can, get into a body of water, get near a body of water, waterfalls, lakes, streams, pools, oceans, whatever it is, getting outside into nature, connecting with our bird friends, right? And birds are messengers. So not only are these new things going to be like adventurous to your soul, but you're going to be hearing things that are just going to be changing your life, right? And maybe that are going to inspire you to do a little bit more, to maybe take a leap of faith, to maybe get with a group of friends, right? Birds of a feather flock together. I feel like for many of you, this is your soul family coming in. You know, this healing that you're doing, this emotional healing, cleansing, this releasing, this purifying of your soul is allowing that to come in, right? We're clearing out the old to bring into the new. And I know that when the dissolvement of relationships happens, it's not always easy, right? You lose your friends, you lose your family, maybe you lose your partner, whether it's at work or like a intimate partner, and that can feel scary and heavy and awful at times, right? But again, like I said in the beginning, there's nothing that's ever taken away from you in the universe that isn't replaced equally or better. So it might feel a little heavy right now. You might feel isolated and alone. You might feel like you're losing your freaking mind and like nobody understands you. But understand when things are being removed from you at this time is because they are not serving you. They are not. It's time for them to move on so that you can move on. Right? Y'all see that? our next gateway. Yes. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What does the collective need to know about this lionsgate? What messages are going to serve their highest and greatest good? What do we need to know about the lionsgate? Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Wow. Okay. Planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. Seeds of what? Grace. Unmerited, unearned favor from the Most High God. The fertile soil of my soul. Taking these seeds, asking God for the grace, taking these seeds, and you know that when you plant them, it's a good look. You know that this is the most fertile, perfect soil in the universe. You know, whatever you plant there, you're going to get. Are you planting rocks? Are you planting seeds of doubt? Are you planting seeds of fear? Or are you planting love and abundance and miracles and grace and well being and peace and harmony and fun and deliciousness? What are you planting? Are you planting orange seeds expecting an apple tree and then disappointed when you don't get what you want? What are you planting? First card that came out, and look at the freaking cornucopia. Manifesting dreams. My dreams are coming true. Yeah, you know why? Because you took your seeds of grace and now you get the harvest, right? We just celebrated Lammas. What is Lammas? The first harvest, right? It's a wheat harvest. It's a celebration of that. This is what you're celebrating. This is what you're moving into. We've been planting these seeds since the 2 portal in February, right? We've been doing the work, healing, cleansing, releasing, ending karmic patterns, getting rid of toxic relationships, moving away from narcissists, having to own our shit, step up into our truth, like having to really look at who we are at a soul level and just be like, be accountable, right? Everyone's being called to task. Like it's time for you to be accountable for your actions, for your goals, for your dreams, for the life that you're living, knowing that everything that you've manifested is because you planted that seed at some point, good, bad, or indifferent. And it's not a judgment call. It's not like, oh, well, I didn't plant the seed to like be in this really abusive relationship. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that at some point on a vibrational level, you're in alignment with that fuckery, with that low vibrational energy. Like I said, I just got out of a really toxic relationship. I fucked up by dropping my vibration and getting into alignment with that instead of keeping my vibration high and remembering whose and whose I was, right? Toxic love, right? We do a lot of things in the realm of love that isn't necessarily loving to ourselves. So if you're in a situation in which your love is having you be less than yourself, then what about the love of yourself? You have to bring that back, right? That was a big lesson for a lot of people. I've seen a lot of couples come to an end. I've seen a lot of friendships come to an end because love wasn't being served at the table, because boundaries needed to be put into place. And that's not always easy for people, right? Like some people aren't comfortable with 33 I just saw. Some people aren't comfortable with the changes in your life because they're no longer benefiting for the fact that you have boundaries, right? You're not a doormat anymore. You're not a punching bag. You're not going to just sit here and listen to this nonsense. You're standing in your yeses. You're standing in your no's. You're realizing no is a complete sentence, right? And you're standing in these truths. And so now your world is changing, right? Your world is changing. Why? So you can have this beautiful cornucopia of the things that you want, harvesting the things that you want, instead of going out there digging up a whole bunch of rocks. No, this is the fruitfulness that you get. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So breaking barriers. I'm expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom, right? We set up boundaries for those things that are no longer serving us. And we decided to stop being scared and live in the energy of fear and embody love and know that we are limitless beings. We are children of the Most High God, created in the image of God. What does that mean? That means that all that God is, you are. That means God is dwelling within you. That means that you have the power to create universes and worlds. What are you trying to create? Do you realize that you are limitless? The only limits are the ones that we put on ourselves, right? They say sky's the limit, and I'm like, why? I'm trying to go past that. There's a whole universe out there. whole galaxy out there. Why would I just stop at the sky? It makes no sense. But we stop ourselves all the time because we're listening to other people, right? Other people that are scared to see, they're scared to let the leaves go, right? When autumn comes, they want to hold on to the leaves, not realizing that those leaves have to die away so that when the spring comes, we have room for new growth, for new abundance, for right, for new seedlings to take place, right? So the new seedlings are trying to take root, even in the barrenness, right? Even in what seems to be like the upheaval of life, but it's not. It's not. And for some, right, it seems like a little slow going, like it seems like nothing is happening, but just a reminder that something is happening. Something is happening. So it might be a little moving a little slow. It might be taking a little time, but don't give up on this energy. Don't give up on knowing that you are not limited by the judgments and the commentary of the freaking peanut gallery, right? Are the voices in your head that are telling you that you can't do these things or be these things or have these things, are those your voices? Or is it the voices of people that love you, right? And I'm not saying that those people don't love you, but people give us advice off of based on where they're at vibrationally, based on where they're at in alignment, and based on their own truths and their own fears. So are you living your life based off of God's grace, or are you living your life based off of someone's fear because they decided to pour that fear into you and trying to keep you safe, right? It's like putting a gate up around you and keeping you in this little gate to keep you safe, right? Like a baby. We put a baby, we put a little barrier up so that they don't go get into things and that they're not hurting themselves. And that is for their safety. But at some point, that baby is going to stand up. At some point, the toddler is going to climb over that gate because that's no longer good enough for them. It's time for them to explore. It's time for them to try things. It's time for them to touch things. It's time for them to break free, right? And then you're going to realize, hey, those gates aren't working anymore. So you can either get a bigger gate surround the baby, right? To let them expand, or you can open it and go with them and guide them and be like, hey, this is a safe space. Now you know how to walk. Don't touch this thing. You're still gonna block the kitchen off, right? Because you don't want them in there burning their hands and stuff. But maybe you're giving them more space in the living room, right? Step by step, step by step, step by step. And this is us step by step. Sometimes we have these limits and we have to realize we're not a baby anymore, right? We're grown standing within this little gate. We can step over it and move on with our lives. I think a lot of you needed to hear that. It's time for you to get yourself out of the gate. The gate's not blocking you anymore. You're choosing to stay limited. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a picture. It was a picture of like I think I want to say like a donkey or a horse, and it was tied to a folding chair. Literally, like the little leash or whatever was tied to like a folding chair. And so the donkey stayed in place because it felt like it couldn't move because it was tied to this folding chair. Literally, if it turned its head, it could have knocked the thing over and just kept going. But in its mind, it was limited because it was trained to think in that limited perspective. And that's where many of us are. We're trained to think in that limited thought pattern, not realizing that all we have to do is walk away and that that folding chair is not actually going to hold us back anymore. Right? Accepting what is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Again, this is you knowing who and whose you are at a soul level. I just saw 1111, right? You are a child of the Most High God. You are sovereign. You are divine. All these things will be added unto you because you deserve them just for being you. You don't have to go out here and earn God's love, right? It's not like some narcissistic parent who's trying to make you like fill a void in their life. That's not the relationship with the Most High. You are perfect in the eyes of the divine. The light parts of you, the dark parts of you, your shadow, your divinity, however you choose to look at yourself, you need to look at yourself through the eyes of God and know that you're perfect. You're eternal and you're blessed and covered in grace. It's a matter of whether or not you're going to be open to receive it. And in this picture, guess what? Hands open to receive. Accepting what is. Accepting what is. Accepting that I deserve joy. Accepting that I deserve to be loved. Accepting that I am worthy. Accepting that I am deserving. Accepting that I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am wise, right? God bless me with wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Like, call these things into yourself. Call it in. Prophesize over yourself. Bless the water that you drink in the morning. You know what I mean? I bless my water. I bless my tea. Whatever I'm about to put into my body, Oh, I thank you for this cup of abundance and prosperity. And then I'm drinking that in. I thank you, God, for this bottle of love water, and I'm drinking that in. And guess what? That gets to be a part of my physical being as well as my spiritual, mental, and emotional beings. Call it in, my loves. Call it in. Gaia first. Thank you, Gaia, for being here with me in the collective. Beautiful 8-8 reading. We need to know about the Lionsgate. Okay. Quick. Wow. I saw that when I went to cut and shuffle. Dawn, new beginning. New things are happening for you. What are you calling in? What are you calling in with this beautiful, beautiful abundance? I love this. I love it because it's the same energy as here. It's cornucopia, right? All of that is coming for you. All of that is coming for you. And for some of you, this is your harvest season, right? For some of you, this is the stuff that's coming. Like you've been planting your seeds, you've been doing the work, you've been hustling, you've been grinding, you've been healing, you've been crying, you've been journaling, you've been doing everything that you can do on a freaking physical level to just like get it together. And the universe is like, yes, we got you. Don't think that just because you planted the seeds, nothing to fruit. Nah, a lot of stuff to fruit. A lot of stuff to fruit. You're on your way to this. You're on your way to this. Don't give up hope. Wow. Ancestors, generations. So we're healing and cleansing ancestral DNA, karma. There are patterns of like distorted belief systems that many of us are having to clear out right now. And having to take stock of our life and see, all right, where did I pick this thing up, right? Like, a lot of the healing that I've been doing has been in terms of poverty consciousness and in terms of like a healthy, loving relationships, right? Because I didn't grow up with an abundance consciousness. That wasn't something that I was taught, and I wasn't taught how what healthy, loving relationships look like, right? A lot of people were in relationships when I was growing up, but they weren't necessarily healthy. It was a lot of abuse, a lot of violence, a lot of deception, a lot of infidelity, all those things that I just don't want to be my truth. But at some point, I started seeing them playing out in my life, and I'm like, "Whoa, this is not a good look." Like, where it's like, call the Holy Spirit. Come, Holy Spirit, come. Show me the blind spots. Like, show me where I picked this stuff up so I can, like, shift past it, right? So I can alchemize it and heal it. And that's not cool. So, generational healing is a thing. And it's not a game. And a lot of you have been working through this. A lot of you are realizing, hey, what I was taught is not serving me anymore, right? Just because you learned a thing doesn't mean it was the right thing, right? Just because you were taught how to do something doesn't mean you were taught properly. It's like being given a puzzle, right? And all the pieces are there, but whoever put it together didn't put it in right. But they made it fit because they had all the pieces. And now you're looking at this puzzle and you're like, this just doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. This doesn't make sense to me. And then you finally get a picture, right? Or you finally find the box or whatever that may be, and you see the puzzle for what it is, and you realize you have all the pieces, and now you're taking it out. You're taking it apart, right? That's the healing, that's the chaos, that's the drama, that's the upheaval, right? We're taking all the puzzle pieces apart because we're realizing this does not work. This picture doesn't even make sense. It's ugly, it's distorted, it's stupid. But now you have all the pieces, right? And although it looks like it all fell apart, you have them all to put them back together in place, right? And so that a lot of that healing is coming on and being supported. And your ancestors are coming in to support you. I suggest calling out to them, connecting with them. A lot of our ancestors have been coming in just to say, like, I'm sorry for the things that we did, right? And that's why they're coming through to like help us heal because again, just because you were taught a thing doesn't mean it was the right thing. Just because you learned something doesn't mean that you were taught properly. A lot of our ancestors are healing and growing and evolving because of where they were based on their own fears, right? Based on what they had to go through in their level. We're not there anymore, right? This isn't 2,000 years ago where we don't have freaking running water and all this other stuff. Like, we're elevated, we've evolved, we've grown, we've ascended, right? So we're healing those patterns and releasing those fears. As a mother, when you're born, well, as a woman, when you're born, your child, like your child's eggs are already in you. So my grandmother, right? My mom was inside my grandma, and my mom's My eggs were already in my mom when my grandmother was pregnant with my mom. So every trauma my grandmother went through is within my DNA system. And every trauma my mother is going through is within my DNA system. But guess what? Every trauma my mother is going through is now within my daughter's DNA. And that's not a good look for me. I'm healing actively because I know as I heal, I also heal my generation. I heal my ancestor line 7 generations back, and I heal my descendants 7 generations forward. That is why we do the work. That is why we go so hard. The ancestors are here to show you, listen, it might have been generational curses and dysfunction and distortions, but it no longer has to be. They're here guiding you and helping you to heal this, right? So that you can come into this, come into the new beginnings, come into your manifestations, come into your cornucopia, come in to the miracles that are available to you. Powerful time, guys. Really powerful. All right. Thank you, angels and guides. What do we need to? I'm never gonna play myself. What do we need to know about this 8-8 portal? I always feel like I'm supposed to shuffle a lot or not. I always shuffle before I start the readings, but I like to shuffle on camera too so people can see for themselves what's going on. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Anything else we need to know about this 8-8 portal? Amazing. Wow, bottom of the deck, the great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Like I said, some of you, your soul family is starting to show up. You're starting to get it, right? Your spiritual tribe is coming together. Like we're all coming together. We're starting to stand in our truth. We're starting to speak our light. We're being like, hey, if you think I'm crazy, I don't give a fuck. This is who I am. This is my truth. This is where I stand. Love me or leave me alone. And all of that's coming together. Your ancestors are coming together. Your soul tribe is coming together. Your team of light is coming together to help support you. Why? So you can get these good miracles in, right? So that you can feel the love that is you and is with and is around you, right? So that you can um reap like all the freaking blessings that you have. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? How are you being called to step up and lead? Are you hiding your light? Are you hiding your gifts? Are you hiding your talents? Because again, you're listening to the naysayers that are around you. It's time to let that go. This is about you living your truth. You living your life. You living with integrity for yourself and your own soul. This is about grace covering you right now. So if you're being called or led to do something, step into that. And it might be scary. It might be so scary. But that's where faith comes in. I'm on a path right now that I listen, never saw myself on this path doing spiritual work on a daily basis, let alone wanting to. Was not was not in the game plan of Autumn's life on a conscious level. It just wasn't. And yet now I feel like incomplete if I'm not doing this. Like I know that like these messages mean something. They resonate with the collective. That they're coming through me, not to be held within me, but to be poured out. Right? Like that's what I was led to do. So I was led to guided to be a priestess, guided to become a pastor, right? I work with like Goddess Isis, I work with Mary Magdalene, I work with all the archangels, right? I'm working with the freaking fairies and it's just what I do and I'm into it and I have conversations with people and they either get it or they don't. It means nothing to me. My task on this earth is to plant seeds. The seeds that I plant are always good seeds. The soil are depending on y'all. What's going on in your soil. I can come through with the seeds of grace. Absolutely. But if you haven't done your due diligence to get your soil in order, then we're wasting time. It's like throwing rocks in that place. It's not going to take root if you don't do what you need to do. Why would I take my seeds and throw them on concrete when I know that there's fertile soil around? So what are you being led to do? And are you willing to do it? As scary as it may be. And it's scary, yes, but you're good. Like understand that like you're entitled to miracles. What is there to be scared of? What is there to be scared of? All right, we're going to do a Divine Abundance card and then get a final message from our chakras to see if they have anything more to say to us since we have like 5 come into this reading pretty heavily. There's my baby. There's my hot friend. Hey, friends. I knew he was going to come through. Thank you, angels. Thank you, God. What does the collective need to know about this beautiful, beautiful Lionsgate portal? Wow, you got 5 cards. Bottom of the deck right now. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled at each moment. Like I said, wherever you land is where you're meant to be. Are you going to stay in flow or are you going to be trying to paddle upstream? Stay grounded, stay centered, right? That's what they're doing. They're in meditation. They're being grounded, they're being centered. When this happens, it doesn't throw you off. You know that wherever you land, you're meant to be. And I see a beautiful butterfly flying in front of me right now. Cannot make this stuff up. They just can't. We got sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful, guys. I know. I am living that truth. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. I love it. Life is happening for you right now. And these things that are being released from you are because they are no longer serving you. You don't need them. And I know that might seem hard and seem like a harsh truth, but it's the truth of what it is. You don't need that anymore. If you needed it, you would be able to keep it. If it's being taken from you or removed from your life, it's because something better is available to you. You deserve something better than chaos and fuckery, narcissism, toxicity, lies, deceit, anger, resentment, bitterness, illness, dis-ease. You do. And when you're willing to let go of those old stories, those old paradigms, grace is able to have space to come in, right? Make space for your grace. Divine source, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. I love the fact that the angels are just like confirming every single message that have come through. Right? You don't have to worry about the things that are being removed. You don't have to worry so much because all that you need will be added onto you. Grace is here for you. Unmerited, unearned favor. The things that you're letting go of are things that have been removed from your life because they're no longer needed. They don't need to be there. All we're doing is taking the weeds out of the garden, moving the rocks so that you have space to plant your seeds. Energetic clearing. During crises, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. I just can't. Time to let it go. Let it go, 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 let it go. And know that it's healing you. It's happening for you. For you. Healing you, right? It's time to let it go. Forgiveness is coming in again. It's time to let it go. Let it go. Let it go and let God work through you. Let God bless you. Humility. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. It's time to just walk away from the old and be okay with that. Wow. I'm literally about to cry. Looks like my hawk friend up there and the butterfly right here. So this message is for both of us. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. Receiving, receiving, receiving. Be open to receive. I am open to receive. I am open to receive. I am open to receive. Make that your mantra. Wow. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. All right. We're going to end this with a chakra message. Power of our chakras. Let's see if any chakra has a specific message for you guys. And then I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys for sticking it out to the end. There was a lot of messages here, and they all say the same thing. You are favored and loved by the Most High God. All is well. Any other messages from the chakras? New deck. Sorry, I haven't really worked with it. That's not right. Any other messages for the chakras? For the collective, this 8-8 portal. All right, now. I feel like we are complete. Second chakra, sacral chakra, well-being. I honor and respect my body by giving it what it deserves to thrive. I provide myself with the best of food, exercise, water, relaxation, therapeutic treatments, and thoughts. I only consume foods and liquids that were designed by nature to be in my body. I stimulate my body's energy flow with exercise. I make time to rest, as stillness and tranquility are vital to keep my mind and body rejuvenated. All right, so it's a message from our sacral chakra, the second chakra. Divine well-being is your birthright, beloveds. And the base chakra, the root chakra, instinct. I trust that my instincts are correct and I let my natural intuitive feelings guide me forward. I will know what I need to do and how to respond with wisdom to situations that come my way. I have an innate desire to be of service in life. As I tap into this feeling, I will know what service I am called to do. I believe in myself. Right? The root chakra is red, spins clockwise, and the sacral chakra is orange and it spins counterclockwise. Just allow yourself to be really grounded at this time. The second chakra, or sacral chakra, is our divine feminine energy. That's our intuition. That's our sensuality. That's our creativity, right? So you want to feel safe in your root chakra, right? Base of your spine. Safe, stable, secure. You want to move up into your sacral chakra, tap into your creativity, your sensuality, your intuitive guidance. Moving on up into our solar plexus, which is our power center, right? Our gut instincts. It's how we take action on the things that we've just created through our sacral chakra. Filtering everything through our high heart, our heart chakra, right? Knowing that we are gods. We are not only gods, but God is within us, right? And allowing us to use our heart chakra, which is the most powerful organ in our body, more so than our brain, and filtering everything through our heart chakra. Moving up to our throat chakra, right? The fifth chakra is beautiful blue color. And that's how we speak our truth. You are prophets. You speak truth. You speak life over yourself using affirmations, right? How are you speaking of yourself? Are you saying that, oh, my life sucks? Or are you saying, oh, my life is great? It does make a difference. I know people that say, "Oh, my life sucks and nothing but bad things happen to me," and they live that truth. And I know people that are like, "Oh, this is so easy. I love my life. Every day is a good day," and they live that truth. And I watch it play out. And I'm like, "Hey, maybe you want to take advice from that one." You know what I mean? And then we move all that energy up into our third eye so that we can see beyond sight. Right? We're not just looking with our physical 3D eyes, but we're seeing things from the eyes of heaven. Higher perspective, the big picture. Right? And then we're moving all the way up into our crown chakra. Beautiful, beautiful energy where we get the wisdom and knowledge and understanding from the divine that's connecting us to the heavens at all times. So really just do some deep work to just get these chakras in line. There's literally like meditations on YouTube, quick 10, 15-minute meditations that will just have you get all your chakras in alignment, get them all cut online, activated, and have you move forward. So really during this time, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Allow yourself to receive. Just know that life is happening for you, not to you. Start getting ready to reap all those beautiful blessings that you've been planting the seeds from. If you haven't been planting the seeds, start planting the seeds now because the soil is fertile. It's the time, right? And allow these things to take root. There's some things you plant in the freaking autumn. There's some things you plant in different seasons, right? Get the seeds in the ground. Use this time to manifest. Use this time to manifest. Use this time to manifest. And then be open to receive God's grace in your life. All right? I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I'll see you on the other side later.